A statewide early literacy initiative recently launched a campaign to help improve reading skills for kids. A major goal is to improve reading levels by the end of the third grade, which is a critical point in a child's education. Terry Clark is the state's literacy director, and she joins us now. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Let's start with Read On Arizona. What is that?
Sure. Well, it's our statewide early literacy initiative. It's focused on improving early learning and third grade reading, and it's essentially getting more players to collaborate and coordinate and align so that we do more of what works for the youngest learners we have.
Yeah, and now the Literacy is the Key program. That is part of Read On Arizona or conjunction with? How does that work?
Well, it's actually a campaign from Read On Arizona, and it's focused on building and increasing public awareness and understanding of how critical literacy is to student success and, frankly, to Arizona's economic success. We've kind of forgotten reading's not a nice to have, it's a must have.
Yeah, and reading is so difficult these days because kids are on machines and they're looking at things, but they're not looking at them for very long, and they're not maybe focusing and concentrating like we used to do with books. True?
To a certain extent, but I'm telling you, reading is back, baby.
Oh, good.
It's back.
Good.
There's a reading renaissance, and social media has a little bit to play with that. But I agree with you, and the science is pretty clear on this. Reading an old-fashioned book and longer text is how they build those independent reading skills. So we are just trying to make sure that parents and families and schools are doing everything they can to make that easy for kids to be able to read.
And at the end of the third grade, that seems like that's been a benchmark for a while here. Why is that so important?
It's a great question. It really is that critical milestone. It is one of the best predictors of how a student will do in their academic success. So reading by third grade means they're 4 times likely to graduate from high school.
Wow. But I also see that like fewer than half of Arizona third graders are at that level. What's going on here?
Well, learning to read is complicated. It is actually something the brain has to be taught to do. It has to be almost rewired. It doesn't automatically know how to, we know how to process and learn language, but we don't know. And some kids come to it easily, and some kids it takes a little more, really intensive instruction. And so one of the things this Literacy is the Key campaign is trying to do is really make it clear that, teachers need every tool in that toolbox so that when they have a classroom full of struggling readers that might have a number of different issues, that they can pull out some of that what's backed by evidence and science that helps that student learn to read. But we also need consistency and an urgency, because we have to kind of put our foot on the gas and get moving on this.
Right, right. The evidence and science that you referred to, is that changing? Is that growing? Is that helping?
It's definitely helping, and it is changing in a way that we now know more about how the brain learns to read than ever before. So in some ways, I've never been more encouraged about where we're at, because we know what works. We just have to be committed enough and be strategic enough to make sure that we're scaling what works to a certain level so that all kids, no matter where they're at in Arizona, in whatever classroom, have access to high quality instruction from a teacher that is very well versed in the science of reading.
And you kind of referred to this, but what does work? What are the evidence-based strategies? What are the best practices? What can schools in Arizona, teachers in Arizona, parents in Arizona do?
So what teachers in schools, good news is what teachers in schools can do is some of what they're already doing. They just needed to be more consistent and stay focused. What parents can do is really talk with the teacher, find out what's happening in the classroom, and then find out what activities they can do at home to support that child in whatever skill they're learning. And the thing I always try to remind folks about, because it sounds like, well, I know how to read, so everyone should be able to learn. Reading, it takes 8 years to build a reader, is what I try to say. It starts from day one when you're learning and hearing language. And then when you enter kindergarten, you have to accumulate a number of skills, and you can't skip over any skills.
Yeah.
Or you will not get to that comprehension, which is the main focus and reason and what we mean when we say someone's literate.
Yeah. For parents, I would imagine as well, because we talk about how kids aren't returning to school like they should, especially after COVID. I would think a major factor for parents is make sure the kid's in school.
Absolutely. So chronic absence is a
Yes.
big issue. It's one of the biggest factors that I say is really not helping us gain our traction on improving reading. And it really comes down to if they're not in the classroom, they're not getting that critical literacy instruction that they need to become that proficient reader, that then they go on to school success and then they go on to life success.
Lawmakers, public officials, leaders, are they getting the message as far as reading is concerned? Are you seeing financial commitment? What are you seeing out here?
We're seeing, yes, it's important, and there has been, Arizona has strong reading policies on the books, and we have, some funding that is there. I think that we want to see more focus on what else can we do to support teachers and educators in the classroom so that we ensure every child has access.
And real quickly, last question. You hear about parents teaching their kids how to read when they're really, really young, and they're learning this and they're learning. Can you overdo it? Can you overdo it when they're too young?
I don't know if I'd use the word overdo it, but reading should always be fun.
Yes, there you go.
Right? And so reading should always be fun, and you can make it fun at home, and that's the parents' number one job. They will get the literacy skills in the classroom when they get to class, but make it fun. Help them, let them pick the book, tell them a story that they want to hear a number of times. They're getting vocabulary. Every opportunity you have around your house and in the world is a chance to increase vocabulary and increase their reading potential.
All right, Terry Clark, good to have you here. Encouraging words. Good to speak with you. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.